Toyo Tires, the official tire of the UFC. Lauren Murphy is in white. Valentina Shevchenko is in the black and gold, befitting a champion. Two major sources of confidence for Lauren Murphy coming in. Her husband, Joe Murphy, tremendous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts mind, and Paris Lee Moran, the guy who has been emulating Valentina Shevchenko for her in training camp. We'll see. Big right hand for Valentina Shevchenko lands early.
And that's the danger, right? When you're trying to build a plan on how to approach Valentina, if you go forward too much, she's a great counter striker. If you stand on the outside, she just starts to pick you apart.
She'll kick you.
Yeah, so you gotta kind of pick your poison when you're in front of her. And you saw it already. Lauren went close, got hit with the right hook. Lauren stayed back, she kicked her in the body. Difficult puzzle to solve when you're fighting Valentina.
Shevchenko measured early. Ooh. Fairly fast with that left hand. Murphy a little bit jerky defensively. Certainly has a healthy respect for the power coming back her way.
And Valentina's throwing with a lot more intent than she normally does early. She may think that she can hit Lauren, because at times Lauren is there to be hit. But to this point, Lauren has evaded the big strikes coming her way.
And it will be interesting to see how they match up in terms of physical strength if we get clinch situations.
Here we go. Worked out well for the champion. Caught the kick. Murphy did, but got hit with a right hand right off the bat.
But honestly, that scares me, right? Because when you start reaching for kicks down low, she switches it up and goes up high, as we saw against Jessica Eye.
Jennifer Maia was able to extend Shevchenko 25 minutes in her previous title defense prior to the Andrade fight. That was late 2020.
And she might have, and Maia won a round. And we celebrated that so much that she went and showed us that that's not a weakness. It fought Andrade in that way.
Right.
So Lauren Murphy, early in this fight, has to get some respect if she wants a chance against Valentina.
That one right hand that landed on Murphy, you already see the swelling, the redness.
Oh yeah.
In that left eye.
Murphy has yet to land. Now she has 1 for 12. They gave her credit for that last offering.
The speed.
And when I was watching the fight, I thought that would be one of the bigger advantages that the champ had, was she's so fast compared to Lauren. Now Lauren's as tough and durable as they come, but she isn't a quick fighter.
I love that combination, the way she finishes with that leg kick from the lead side.
She's thrown it 3 or 4 times already. She throws that big overhand left, knowing that you're going to avoid her. And when you go back, she throws the kick. Another right hand landed. That eye's starting to close.
Yeah, I was going to say, Murphy dealing with some stuff in and around that left eye.
Oh, big right hook there by the champ.
Murphy staying composed.
They're telling Lauren to circle into the left hand or the right hand, but
that's what she's getting hit with.
Yeah, that's the biggest shot that she's landing right now.
And Valentina does such a good job of finishing her combos with that kick. So even if you think you're getting her out of the range of these punches, right there again, she lands that leg kick. Well, missed a little bit there, but the intent was there.
Crypto.com offers the world's most popular crypto card. Spend with the Crypto.com Visa card and get up to 8% back.
Oh, I don't like how gunshot she has Lauren Murphy already. Lauren's trying to think her way into the engagements. That is bad.
Ooh.
You can't think your way into the engagement with someone like Shevchenko.
Yeah, Shevchenko's gaining more and more confidence every time she lands one of her strikes. She is throwing with some intent tonight.
There it is. That's that counter.
And a takedown to boot.
Too easy. Nice little capstone on a dominant first round for Valentina Shevchenko.
And that's great, right? You go into round 2, Murphy survives it, no problem, but you got outstruck, outclassed on the feet, and then just to rub it in, she body lock, takes down, and gets on top.
here, right here, right here. Take a seat. Little far out on the distancing, and we got to keep circling to your left. She's trying to set up the head kick for sure, so we got to keep circling to the left.
Okay.
On the body lock, you wedged great, but we just paused. We waited. Just relax and flow. You're doing great. Alex? Bob?
That's my biggest thing, Lauren. Watch your spacing, the range recognition.
Water's
If
here
you're
when
gonna
you need
circle
it.
right, you gotta be.
There it is, that counter right hand. Another right hand lands for Valentina. I remember when she fought Holly Holm. That little check right hook landed so many times. It's that one. And that's the punch that's been landing on Lauren Murphy. And her corner's telling her to circle to the right, but that's what she's getting hit with when she's going in that direction.
Yeah, that right hand is landing.
UFC 266, Volkanovski versus Ortega is presented by Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. So Lauren Murphy was not taken down a single time during her 5-fight winning streak. She got floored there. And on the other side, Valentina Shevchenko has a takedown in all of her last 7 wins. Last time she didn't get one, you guessed it, Paul, the Amanda Nunes rematch in 2017.
And that was still a close fight, right? That was a really close fight between her and Amanda. And Amanda's the most dominant champion we've ever seen. Men or women, nobody's dominating the way Amanda has.
And again, Valentina Shevchenko has a big win over Juliana Pena, a finish in a main event. Amanda Nunes has that challenge on her schedule now.
And honestly, I feel like Juliana's one of the tougher fights left for Amanda because she's such a gamer and she doesn't care.
As mean a woman as we have on the roster. Dean Thomas, what do you have?
You know, it seems counterintuitive for her to go to her left, but that's the way she probably should go because that's the lesser of two evils. Because that right hand, although it's a problem, it's not going to be as much of a problem as that left kick or the right hand. Because she's not even seeing that left hand come. It's coming up a little bit short, but she's not even seeing that hand come.
Okay, that's why you're the coach, Dean. That's my boy back there.
See if Murphy can make something of this. She's got her pressed up against the fence on a single leg.
Try to get that takedown. We saw Jennifer Maia. Once she got her to the ground, she was in control of it. Valentina lift knee out of that.
90 seconds gone by round 2.
You take your knee over the lock and then you point it towards the mat. And then your foot follows it.
Murphy pays nearly every time she tries to engage. Unofficially, she's 4 of 30 on her significant strike attempts.
And from day one, we saw how great a counter striker Valentina was. Lauren's got to get to the clinch and really just close the distance. Make the engagements chest to chest.
There's that counter right hook again from the champion.
Left hand high, left hand high. You gotta watch the check on the left and the high kick on the right. Go nuts with this too.
Shevchenko seeing things well defensively. Murphy having a hard time mustering anything that resembles effective offense here.
So strong.
Yes, she is. I mean, that was beautiful. She got to the body lock, stepped inside with the right leg as she torqued her off to that side, rotated her down to the ground and finds herself back in top position.
Under 2 minutes here to go round 2. Murphy, a jiu-jitsu brown belt. And one of the stronger flyweights, yet unable to provide any resistance on those first 2 secured takedowns from Shevchenko.
Because the problem is you can't just have the same strength as Valentina. You've also got to have the same skill set to match that, right?
Yep.
Because you saw her there. She got stuck. Okay, got the body lock. Didn't get that initial takedown. She made adjustments immediately to get it to the ground.
Butterfly, right butterfly. Keep taking that underhook. Good job, Lauren, good job. Not taking any damage here, good job.
Seems like Joe Murphy trying to lean into the positives that Lauren is not taking major damage here.
Yeah, that is a good thing, right? When there's not much good, you point to that and you tell your fighter things that are going in her direction. But the reality is, she's flat on her back. You could never get up when your back is that flat. You've got to start getting to a hip, building to a side. It's the shoulder pressure of Shevchenko. Look at how Lauren Murphy's look how she's looking over to the right. Valentina's almost like baiting her to go in the direction of her head, then she'll take her back. And the only reason Shevchenko has not passed to the mount is because Murphy's doing a good job of hooking with her right leg at times. She got to her hip, tried to go deep half guard, but Valentina blocked that, killed it immediately.
Nice elbows towards the end of the round. All Shevchenko through 10.
Take a seat, grab a water, Pete. Take a seat right there, baby. Big deep breaths. Get you strong, and she's really leaning hard on that shoulder pressure. On the ground right there, when she's keeping that shoulder pressure on that side, try to get your right butterfly hook in as well to elevate her hips. Listen to me, you're doing excellent. You've seen everything that she's got. She's hit you with all of the best that she has, and you're still doing just fine. We're gonna catch this girl.
All right, let's take a look. Here's another counter right hand landed by Valentina, followed by left hand. Beautiful kick to the body. Toes landed right on the solar plexus. Shoots in this. She gets stuff. Lauren does a good job to stop it for a second. But Valentina Shevchenko always making little adjustments, ends up on top, finishes the round there.
Round 3 is brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of the UFC.
Ma'am, are you ready? Ma'am, are you ready? Fight.
All right, Joe Murphy keeping it positive in the corner of Lauren. They believe they will have an opening. Unofficially 5 for 38 on these significant strikes. Shevchenko 27 of 62 with a couple takedowns.
Yeah, John, that's those situations, right, where you're not being completely honest with your fighter. He's telling her how good she's doing, but it's like, what is the expectation?
Well, what's the goal?
Yeah, what's the expectation of this fight? To not get finished?
Right.
Or to go and win a championship? Because what happened in the first 10 minutes does not get you a title.
Right. No.
So you can't really gauge that as a positive first 2 rounds.
And that's sometimes why you hear us say when you have a minus 1,500 favorite, we talk about the underdog maybe taking a few chances, bordering on that recklessness just to try to sort of, you know, bridge that gap.
But that means that they're trying to win. You know, right now, Lauren Murphy, she wants to win the fight, but she hasn't made the sacrifices or commitments to anything that's going to give her a true chance.
That's fun to watch.
She has survived, though.
It's amazing to hear the rest of the roster just glow about Valentina Shevchenko. You know, she has an effect on you elite athletes that few of these other fighters have.
She's phenomenal when she's on. Oh, look at that. She's just always ready for whatever is coming at her in the cage. Beautiful body kick.
She sat on that right hook that time, boy.
Yeah, and it's making Murphy not even want to close that distance anymore. She doesn't want to get in there because every time she's getting countered.
She gets countered.
But she's got to get through that right hook and try to then land her own off of it. Otherwise, she's just going to have this happen for the next, 15 minutes.
She's getting picked apart right now. And Lauren's tough. Lauren's a tough girl, like she said. Tough woman. But right now she is behind the 8 ball. Maybe like 3 8 balls stacked in a row.
Yeah, a lot of 8 balls. Under 3 minutes here to go in round 3 of a possible 5. Alexander Volkanovski, Brian Ortega waiting in the wings. Valentina Shevchenko turned pro in 2003. We talk a lot about her head coach, Pavel Fedotov. He was mixing the martial arts way before it was cool. And Shevchenko very much talks like a champion that wants to fight until she can't walk anymore.
Why not?
Right.
Why not? I mean, we've seen fights before where she's won and she's been dominant, but she hasn't put them away. right? But the problem is when you're as good as she is, you start to expect things. And right now, she's dominating Lauren Murphy. But after watching what she did to Andrade, you expected the fight to, look a little different to this point. So maybe we're judging her unfairly a bit, but that's just what comes with being a dominant champ like that.
Gave her a right back punch. Yeah. Right back.
We watched a title fight very recently where I said, this is the greatest single performance I've seen in a challenger. And I can't remember who it was, but somebody just beat the crap out of the champion the entire 25 minutes. And that's what you got to do, Paul. When you're going in there as a challenger, you got to go take it from the champ, because you got to put, it was Moreno, right? It was Moreno, the way he beat Davis.
Well, he finished him, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's like, oh yeah, he finished him. But he beat him up the whole time. And it's a matter of going after the champion and putting doubt, because if you don't put doubt in a champion's mind, they're going to just continue to do what they do, and that's win. Because winners win.
And Valentina is not doing anything surprising. She's doing her bread and butter move. She's throwing that, right jab, left hand, kick, couple body kicks, couple takedowns when she needs them. But she's going to keep doing that because she's having success with it.
Final 30 seconds of this third round. We'll see if Shevchenko goes for a late takedown as she did in rounds 1 and 2. Body kick is there. And it seems like when she desires to wrap her hands around Lauren Murphy, she is able to do that very easily.
Yep. She's timing her entries. Every time Lauren throws something with intent, she misses big. So Valentina just level changes and takes her back. Look at this right hand here. This is the first one that she really sat down on. I mean, good on Lauren for taking that shot. Then the jab, pops the nose. High kick. I mean, she barely missed. She caught her with the toes. And that's the combination you said you love, Paulie.
Yeah.
But when Lauren tries to get away, she throws a kick. Kick
We
your
know
legs
at the
away
last
longer
30
than your
seconds
arms.
she's going to look for that clinch, right? You're doing excellent when you get in there. I'd love that happening sooner. If you go forward and start striking with her, she's going to clinch you up, okay? You're doing fine in the clinch. You're close on that Kimura trap. Water's here when you need it.
Lauren, defensively, every time we're backing up, she's throwing the same combo, ending with the leg kick. So we can't break straight up. We're going to have to step once, circle out. She's going to throw the exact same thing every time. She's going to throw left, right, low kick. So make sure we're circling left.
Championship rounds, baby. Hand position discipline, circle left.
Mouthpiece. Thank you.
Round 4 is brought to you by Manscaped's Lawnmower 4.0, the official electric trimmer of UFC. Visit manscaped.com now. Nice job by our truck with that replay sequence, showing you Valentina Shevchenko's handiwork in round 3. Championship rounds are upon us. Let's see if Lauren Murphy has an uptick in her aggression here late in the fight.
I don't like it, Paulie. I don't like the direction coming out of the corner of Lauren Murphy. You see that a lot in boxing, where the guys, they coach their sons and they aren't willing to tell them what's really happening. And I feel like that's what's happening in the Murphy corner right now. They're doing her a disservice, not being honest with her.
Yeah, to say you're doing good in the clinch, you're not. Didn't take it down.
And she didn't carry herself this week as someone who was just happy to be here.
So no, she did not. We saw it earlier, right? I mean, my memory is gone by the end. But earlier we saw a fight where it got into the 3rd round. Oh, it was the kid that fought against Dan Hooker. It was Nasrat. Faraz told him, hey, you got to finish him.
Is that a slip?
I believe so. Well, and even earlier on, Cody Brundage.
Yeah.
Against Nick Maximo.
Yeah, right? Maximo. Hey, you got to finish.
Yeah, so it looked as though Murphy stepped on Shevchenko's foot there a moment ago.
Foot placement, conventional versus southpaw.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yep.
Beautiful jab there from Shevchenko. She just sees everything. And Edson Barboza, maybe she isn't, but man, she gets that foot to the target with lightning speed.
She might be faster. She's powerful.
A lot of kicks, man. Now she's starting to really go with the kicks because Murphy's done a pretty good job of avoiding the hands. So now Valentina needs to open up all those kicks that she has in her arsenal.
There it is.
And she landed all 3 of those. And therein lies the problem, right? Lauren decided to go in mid-attack. She had to pause because she knew the counter was coming. And then she took the shot and never truly committed to what she was going to do.
Shevchenko has been inches away from a potential fight ender upstairs over the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, she's throwing those front kicks up the middle with bad intent and that left head kick coming around the side.
Well, and you heard Joe Murphy say to Lauren, oh, she got a right hand there. Kick. Murphy on the ropes. Left hand. Could be the beginning of the end here.
The check right hook got her. Eventually it got her, Paul.
I think the champ's got to just get some separation here.
The check right hook got her, man. She kept going in that direction and she took you right on the chin.
Oh, huge ground strikes.
Valentina's starting to unleash her. She knows how bad she's hurt. She's got to just stay busy here.
But Lauren's doing a good job of collecting her right wrist. It's saving her. She should have just stood up, Paul, like you said.
I agree. I think if she just made her get back up, it would have been over.
Still plenty of time with which to work here, round 4.
I think Shevchenko should try to switch to mount and really start hammering down with these shots. Now she's starting to really let these elbows go. You see the face of Murphy not happy.
She does not like the
big elbows. Don't do it. And still the undisputed best in the world. Get her another ruby for the belt.
wow.
8 consecutive wins for the greatest flyweight champion in UFC history. She is a Renaissance woman, and she has now successfully defended her UFC flyweight title 6 times. All right, this fight replay is brought to you by Never Bold Character since 1872.
All right, here's that right hook, that check hook that me and DC have been talking about all night. She's landed it at will. Every time she threw it, she connected. Every time Murphy tried to close the distance, that right hand was waiting for her. That one caught right on the ear, right behind the ear, and took her equilibrium. And then the champion does what she does best when she has you hurt. She was relentless. She got the fight to the ground. We were saying maybe that's a mistake. She knew better than us, of course. She gets on top in half guard and starts hammering away with this ground and pound. And Keith Peterson is no nonsense. He had seen enough.
Yeah, that was enough nonsense. And you know, for Lauren Murphy, obviously, this is a frustrating way for her championship opportunity to come to an end. And Shevchenko, ever the sportswoman, came over and acknowledged Murphy and her coaches. They don't come more well-rounded as mixed martial arts athletes than Kyrgyzstan's Valentina Shevchenko. The official decision is brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. Guaranteed Rate can save you money on your monthly mortgage payment. Visit rate.com to get started. Here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Keith Peterson has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes of round number 4, declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Valentina "Bullet" Shevchenko.